If you travel independently in China, what transportation will you use? Hello, this is China Travel Notes. In this video, we'll explore China's public transportation. First up is urban transportation. When you travel in Chinese cities, you mostly use buses. Although it varies by city, the base fare for buses is generally 2 to 3 RMB, which is quite cheap. When you take a bus, you can pay with cash or a card. But drivers often do not give change, so you should pay the exact fare. If you use a card, you can register the local transportation card through Alipay or WeChat Pay. For more specific information, you can find detailed instructions online, so it is recommended to check before your trip. Depending on the city, you may see articulated buses or trolleybuses. Next is the metro system, the second most used transportation option after buses. Like buses, the metro system has a cheap base fare of 2 to 3 RMB and uses a distance-based fare system. You can register the local transportation card through Alipay or WeChat Pay, just like with buses. Besides transportation cards, you can also use a token or single journey card to access the metro system. Before entering the metro, passengers must go through a security check similar to airports and then pass through the ticket gates. Boarding and exiting flows are separated, so please pay attention to the signs. I will explain each city's metro system in the city introduction section. Next is intercity transportation. When traveling from one city to another, the most common way to travel is by train. From high-speed trains to regular trains, there are various types of trains available. For long-distance trips that take 2 to 3 days, some trains also offer sleeper cars. Chinese trains generally offer 4 types of seating and sleeping classes: hard seats, soft seats, hard sleepers, and soft sleepers. High-speed trains are divided into second class, first class, and business class. For high-speed trains that depart at night and take more than 10 hours to arrive during the day, sleeper carriages are available. In China, an alphabet letter appears before the train number, and this letter indicates the train's service class. G-class trains are high-speed trains operating at 250 to 350 kilometers per hour. D-class trains are high-speed trains operating at 160 to 250 kilometers per hour, and C-class trains are intercity high-speed trains. Z-class trains are conventional trains with a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. T-class trains are conventional trains with a top speed of 140 kilometers per hour. K-class trains are conventional trains with a top speed of 120 kilometers per hour, and 4-digit number without any alphabet letter refers to the slowest type of train. Travelers can book train tickets through Trip.com or the 12306 website. For more detailed instructions, you can find information online. Chinese railway stations are much larger. At railway stations, the departure and arrival routes are separated. Before boarding, passengers must collect their tickets, pass through a security check, and then enter the waiting hall. Ticket inspection usually begins about 30 minutes before departure, so it is recommended to arrive at least 1 hour prior to departure. Also, many cities have several stations, and each station serves different routes, so travelers should pay close attention. For example, when taking a high-speed train from Beijing to Shanghai, you need to go to Beijing South Station, while trains to Guangzhou depart from Beijing West Station. Next, let's take a closer look at China's high-speed rail system. China's high-speed rail network has now exceeded 50,000 kilometers in total length. In China's 15th Five-Year Economic Development Plan, the government aims to expand the high-speed rail network to a total length of 60,000 kilometers by 2030, and numerous new lines are currently under construction. There are various high-speed rail routes in China, but the core network is known as the 4 vertical and 4 horizontal corridors. China has established a 4 vertical and 4 horizontal framework for its major intercity high-speed rail corridors. Major routes include Beijing-Shanghai, Beijing-Guangzhou, and Shanghai-Kunming, which take about 4, 7, and 9 hours respectively on the fastest trains. This network makes China a one-day living circle. The expanded version of this system is the 8 vertical and 8 horizontal network. Not all of these routes have been fully completed yet, and some sections are still under construction. Next is the plane. Along with trains, planes are another major way to travel from one city to another. There are 3 major airlines in China: Air China, China Eastern Airlines, and China Southern Airlines. In addition, there are regional airlines such as Xiamen Air and Sichuan Airlines. These regional airlines are full-service carriers, and Hainan Airlines is the only 5-star airline in China. Also, there are low-cost carriers such as China United Airlines and Spring Airlines. There are 268 airports in China, and the country has a wide range of domestic routes. Travelers can book flights through Trip.com. In addition, travelers can plan their trips using China's well-developed high-speed rail and air networks, allowing them to travel freely across the country. Finally, let me share some useful tips for transferring at Chinese airports. First, this applies when the airline you use from your hometown to China is the same one you take from China to a third country. When checking in your baggage at the departure airport, you can check it through to your final destination. At the transit airport, simply follow the signs marked transfer. After completing the transfer security screening, proceed to the gate for your connecting flight to the final destination and board your onward flight. Next, this applies when the airline you use from your hometown to China is different from the one you take from China to a third country. When checking in your baggage at the departure airport, you can check it only to the transit airport. After arriving at the transit airport, go through immigration, collect your baggage, and then proceed to the departure hall. At the check-in counter of the airline operating your onward flight to the final destination, check in again, complete the exit immigration process, and then go to the gate for your final destination. In this case, you must complete the electronic arrival card. For the purpose of visit, select Transit. The information required for the arrival flight and departure flight fields differs depending on your travel direction. When traveling from your hometown to a third country via China, you should enter the flight number from your hometown to China in the arrival flight field, and the flight number from China to the third country in the departure flight field. When traveling from a third country to your hometown via China, you should enter the flight number from a third country to China in the arrival flight field, and the flight number from China to your hometown in the departure flight field. We have now explored the public transportation system in China. In the next video, we'll explore Chinese holidays. Thank you for watching this video.